friends, the story for today is Rumpelstiltskin, a fairy tale that we must have read in our childhood. The name Rumpelstiltskin in German literally means little rattle stilt, which means a dwarf in a German folktale who spins a straw into gold for a young woman on the condition that she give him her first child or else guess his name. In order to appear superior, a miller lies to the king telling him that his daughter can spin straw into gold. The king calls for the girl, shuts her in a tower room filled with straw and a spinning wheel, and demands she spin the straw into gold by morning or he will cut off her head. Other versions of the story have the king threatening to lock her up in a dungeon forever or to punish her father for lying. When she has given up all her hope, an imp, a mysterious devil-like creature, appears in the room and spins the straw into gold in return for a necklace. The imp only comes to people seeking a deal. Next morning, the king takes the girl to a larger room filled with straw to repeat the feat. The imp once again spins in return for the girl's ring. On the third day, when the girl is taken to an even larger room filled with straw and told by the king that he will marry her if she can fill this room with gold or execute her if she cannot, the girl has nothing left with which she can pay the strange creature. So he extracts from her a promise that she will give him her firstborn child. And so he spins the straw into gold one final time. In some versions, the imp appears and begins to turn the straw into gold, paying no heed to the girl's protest that she has nothing to pay him with. When he finishes the task, he states that the price is her first child, and the horrified girl objects because she never agreed to this arrangement. The king keeps his promise to marry the miller's daughter, but when their first child is born, the imp returns to claim his payment. Now give me what you promised. She offers him all the wealth she has to keep the child, but the imp has no interest in her riches. He finally consents to give up his claim to the child if she can guess his name within 3 days. Some versions have made the imp limiting the number of daily guesses to 3 and hence the total number of guesses allowed to a maximum of 9. Her many guesses fail, but before the final night, she wanders into the woods. In some versions, she sends a servant into the woods instead of going herself in order to keep the king's suspicions at bay, searching for him, and comes across his remote mountain cottage and watches unseen as he hops about his fire and sings in his song's lyrics, "Tonight, tonight, my plans I make, tomorrow, tomorrow, the baby I take. The queen will never win the game, for Rumpelstiltskin is my name." And thereby he reveals his name. When the imp comes to the queen on the third day after first feigning ignorance, she reveals his name, Rumpelstiltskin, and Rumpelstiltskin loses his temper and the bargain. Versions vary about whether he accuses the devil or witches of having revealed his name to the queen. In the 1812 edition of the Brothers Grimm tales, Rumpelstiltskin then ran away angrily and never came back. The ending was revised in an 1857 edition to a more gruesome ending wherein Rumpelstiltskin in his rage drove his foot so far into the ground that it sank in up to his waist. Then in a passion he seized the left foot with both hands and tore himself into two. Other versions have Rumpelstiltskin driving his foot so far into the ground that he creates a chasm and falls into it, never to be seen again. In the oral version originally collected by the Brothers Grimm, Rumpelstiltskin flies out of the window on a cooking ladle. The theme prominent in this story is mainly power and greed. The poor miller, the king, and Rumpelstiltskin all want power, or what you call the upper hand. The poor miller wants to be seen as more powerful in the king's eyes, and so he fabricates about his daughter's talent which wasn't really there. So that's all I have for today, friends. Goodbye and see you soon.